Calob Ramirez is joining us from the Jackson's MMA Series 27. How you feeling, sir?
I feel fantastic. Tremendous. Ready.
Where has Calob Ramirez been working? What has he been working to improve most recently in his MMA game?
To be honest, just been working a lot on timing. Been working a lot on being more focused, day of, things like that. Just more mental game. You know, I put in the work. You can only do so much, so you just show up and you know, do what you can do. But as long as you're there in the game mentally, then physically, you already put in the work. You're going to be there, so just do it, you know? So that's where I'm at. Like, that's what I've been working on, those things.
What's really been the motto of this camp?
Stay focused, work hard, and don't worry about nothing. Because come game day, and that's when work comes in. That's the day you get to go to work. All the hard work, all the dieting, and all the stuff you don't like to do, you get to put it all on, you know, put it all to the side and just go have fun that day.
That night, what kind of intensity are you bringing into the cage?
I always bring intensity, but to be honest, I just want to go out there and have fun, man. I don't really. Intensity's always there. I always put on a good show. I always go out there and put everything I got out there, and I would drag myself out of the cage. So like that's, you always expect that from me, you know. So I never go out there and play patty cake. It's not my attitude. So it's gonna be always a 0 to 100 real quick, and just stay at 100, you know. So I train hard, so you're gonna see it out there. You're gonna see all that hard work.
And how do you have fun?
Stuff like this right here. This is fun for me. This is a gift for me by one of my elders. He gave me this some medicine inside here, keep me focused. You know, a bit of protection for myself from things I don't need in my life. But that's fun for me. That's, you know, I go to the sweat lodge. I'm a part of my people's lifestyle. You know, I go and I teach the youth at NACA. I teach them self-defense. That's fun for me. Besides that, you know, skateboarding or driving my truck out in the boonies somewhere, or shooting guns, things like that. That's fun for me, you know. Riding my Harley, things like that. But the weather hasn't permitted it lately, so as soon as it gets a little better, I don't like riding in the cold. You know, say what you want, but I just don't like it, so I'll wait for it to get a little warmer.
This is going to be amateur fight 14 inside the cage?
16.
16.
Yeah.
So where are you at right now in this amateur run?
I'm at that's the very last. This last one was supposed to be the last of it, but I couldn't find an opponent to go pro for for LFA or for this card or whatever. So I'm just taking whatever comes at me, man. You know, it's like I'm more of like I just want to go have fun. My favorite thing to do is go. Once they lock that cage door, man, like that's like I just get this overwhelming feeling of calm, and I love where I'm at. You know, so like that's for me. I don't care if it's number 16 or number 50. It doesn't matter. I just want to go have fun.
So right now the intentions are to compete. It be preferably as pro, but right now, if it's amateur, you're still open to the options.
Just for this last fight, that's it. After this, boom, like there's no other option but to go pro. There's not really any reason to keep fighting amateur, but just to stay busy. That's like pretty much why I was taking this fight. In general, it was just to stay busy and just to get prepared for my pro debut. You know, you'll probably see I'm going to shoot for about 4 minimum to 5 pro fights by the end of the year.
Big goals. You feel ready? You feel prepared for that next level?
Oh, absolutely. No, I to be honest, man, if I didn't feel prepared, then I should quit. You know, like that's just that's how it goes. If you don't feel like you're ready to do it, you should quit.
You've had this extensive experience in the amateurs. What's been most notable to you? What's been the biggest part of the experience to you?
The people, meeting fans, meeting people that are supportive, coaches. To be honest, it's an entire world, really interesting people, and I'd say like that's probably the coolest part. I've met people that hate fighting, but then they go in and watch a cage fight, and they're just like, this was not what I thought it was, and I loved it. This is great. I loved watching you fight. I loved watching all the other fights, and like when you could really get to like change somebody's mind to let them know like, you know, this is a fight, but this is a sport. So, you know, we're not in there to like, we're not going to throw baseball bats and stuff in there. We're not going to kill each other. But I think that, you know, just being able to be around all these great people has been the best.
Talking about changing the minds of people, and not to mention also being, there's not a giant amount of Native American fighters, So also being a role model and changing minds and showing this way, how big have you been of an influence you feel to other people?
I would hope that it's a good and big influence on Native youth and Native people just in general, to see that you can go out there and do something if you just, no matter what your circumstances are. Believe me, I had a bit of a crazy childhood growing up, and luckily I have a really strong family, and that really helps me. So I would say that I hope that it's doing good, because no matter where you come from or whatever the circumstance, it's up to you. No matter what your cards are dealt, you could do anything. Everybody says, "Oh, you could do anything you want to do. Yay, go do." No, it's not always like that, man. Sometimes you break your leg. Sometimes you get in a car accident, and then you got to deal with it. Like my friend Chris Coco, man, he's one of the strongest people and inspirational people I've ever met. Talking about and he's a Caucasian guy, and it has nothing to do with race, And I don't think we should really focus too much on the race part. It's good to influence your other race, the people that are of your same similarity, that have the same similar things, but we're all one people. And he got in a car accident, some rough things happened, but man, he's bounced back, and he's tough, man, and he's one of the guys that's beaten me, and I got a lot of respect for that dude. So I hope I inspire people like he inspires people, and I hope that I inspire all people, not just my Native community, because that's very important to me, because we have similarities and we share things, understanding of the earth and the spirit world and whatever we may or may not understand. But I think that there's a good, bright future for Native people in this world, this MMA world. And I really hope that I'm one of those people that really puts a forefront on that for them to look up to me for something good. So yeah, there's a lot of complicated angles at it, but I'm happy with what I've done.
And how are you expecting to be able, with your martial arts, with what you want to do here in the future, to be able to influence for the positive the world?
No matter whether it's going to be MMA or whatever you do in life, I would say that just stay focused and do what you got to do. Go to work, put in that hard work, and no matter what your focus may be, for me it's martial arts at this point in my life, and it's just I dedicate myself. I come in, I put in those hours. So no matter what you do, just put in those hours, man, and it'll all work out. Even if you make second place or third place in life, it doesn't matter, man. You always want to get first place. Who doesn't? But just push towards the top, and you'll at least know that you put in your 100% best effort. And if that's third place is where you ended up, then that's okay. Go back to the drawing board, work hard, and push. That's all I gotta say. Just keep working hard.
Stepping in the cage on the 23rd, what's that feeling you get when it's fight night, when you're walking out there, your feet touch that mat? What's that moment like to you?
Relief. It's finally game day. It's time to go out there and have fun. But as soon as I go in there, everything just kind of disappears, to be honest. It's just it's a feeling of serenity. You hear, it feels more like you're in a tunnel with echoes, and there's no real particular sound to the left or the right or up or down. You're just in this bubble. That's how I feel. And just nothing exists but me and that guy across the cage. I barely even noticed the ref, until the very end, until he says, "Oh, stop choking him." But that's my feelings when I go in there.
Kind of a performance are you expecting to have?
Methodical, well thought out and well planned performance. I'm not like a big showman. I don't go out there and do all this stuff to try to catch attention. I do what I do, and this is who I am. So if you see me wearing something like this or whatever I'm wearing is all from my hard work or gift. I don't go buying things to try to be somebody I'm not.
Does it feel special saying to yourself, this is going to be the last time that I'm going to have a camp, that I'm going to step into a cage as an amateur?
It does. It feels special in the way that when you're graduating, about to go to college, I would imagine. I didn't go to college, but I would imagine that would be the feeling. On to the next bigger, better thing.
And how does that influence where your goals are at, where you're assessing your future goals?
It feels great to be able to know that I made it through all the parts of the beginning part of it, to where you're feeling nervous and all these other things, where you're not sure of your goals and your future in this career. You're just trying it out. You're like, oh, I'll see how it works. Now I know this is for me. I always knew this is something I wanted to do, but now I know 100%. I put in the work. I got the stamp. You know what I mean? This is for me. Yeah, you know, Bellator, UFC, whoever wants to pick me up and put me on the show. You know, I mean, obviously not UFC right away, but like that's the goal, end goal. You always want to make it the big show. But yeah, I mean, now I can look up and like, all right, now I can start going after the goals that my mentors and my people I looked up to, you know, like all the heroes, you know, Anderson Silva, all them guys, you know, just now I can go do what they've done.
Got a message for everybody?
Don't drag ass in life, you know, put forward your best foot and work as hard as you can, and don't ever walk away from something that you could have had more to give. You want to drag yourself off the mat. You want to drag yourself home after working those long hours.
And a message for the fans about why they should come out to this fight.
It's going to be a great show, man. I'm going to be there. You know, want to come see me do my work. Now, to be honest, it'll be my last one as an amateur, so it'll be definitely a monumental stepping stone for me. And I would really love for everybody else to be a part of that. And also beyond that, I want to say thank you to everybody who's helped me out. My elder gave me this pouch, this medicine bag right here. See that? It's a beautiful thing. Makes me very happy for them to give me gifts like that. It's not, I didn't ask for this. They gave this to me because I give back to my community. Oh, jeez. Yeah, sorry, guys. And then also to Dunright Rosin from back home in Woodland, California. I love my Woodland family. Love you all. Ryan Overbo, thank you very much. You're the man. Always helping me out. And Native American Fighter, right here. These guys, very big sponsor. I love those guys, man. They help me out big time. Thank you, brother. And yeah, they gave me a watch. And this right here is from Anasazi Jewelry. Gave me this hat band at an Apache dance that was over at the community center. Didn't ask for it, he just gave it to me. He's a good man. And damage control. Thank you guys. Keeping my semi-pearly whites in there. And then performance wrench. Thank you guys for keeping me in shape. Coach Nick, Lawrence, thank you guys very much. And my cousin Ashley, thank you for sponsoring me on this camp. And Alex Fortis, I can't remember how to say his last name. Anyways, you know who you are. And my Aunt Lulu, thank you very much. And my biggest sponsors of all is my family. My family is my biggest sponsor I've ever had, ever. And they always have pushed me through to my dreams, left or right, no matter where I'm at. They've seen me in my darkest and my best, you know, highest and lows, and they've always helped me. And, of course, my team, Lutrell Yee MMA family. Thank you all my teammates and all my coaches for all the hard work, because without you guys, I'd just be punching a bag somewhere and hoping and dreaming I do good. So thank you very much. Also, I want to thank Armando and Melissa, the Ultimate Street Fighters back in California, for helping me sponsor me for this camp. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much.